Welcome back to Game Devs Play Games, where you can watch games and practice game design, and we are back with more Kingdom Hearts 1.5.
And as soon as we start the episode, Tony's significantly louder. So
well, I mean, because we're starting an episode, man. Like, I don't know. This is how I live my life.
One of these days, we'll buy a soundboard that can actually have good compressors.
Yeah, one day.
The H6, we use the H6 Zoom.
I don't like the way this...
Which is a great fucking microphone and audio interface. Because, like, it's really good for traveling. And, like, doing audio on site in like, you know, remote locations outside of the studio. And it's super affordable, especially if you can't afford a soundboard and a bunch of high quality
stuff, yeah.
And we've been using the H6 since the early days of GDPG. I think this was the first mic we bought.
Wow.
Yeah.
What is happening?
And it's, you know, it's good, but the compressors on it, they're not so good. The limiters, they're also not so good. I think there was one episode or one bunch of episodes we did where I accidentally set on the drum compressor to
nice.
Probably to try to like better compress it, because there's a voice compressor and then there's like a drum compressor is like the next tier up. And for that whole collection of episodes, things got weird. Like
things were different.
It was like, it wasn't that it super compressed. It was like everything was too loud. Except for when they weren't.
Oh, that's so strange.
It was, I mean, I guess that sort of makes sense looking at a compressor, but... Oh, Dark Sora.
Yeah, we fight Dark Sora throughout for just a few minutes in every little area.
So he's the new Jaguar.
Yeah, kind of, except you don't fight him to, like, completion. You just kind of get just get a few hits off on him. Yeah, I know that's gonna sound bad. There was no better way to put that.
I'll hit you to completion.
Yeah, you will, baby.
Game
devs do games.
Oh no.
Game devs penetrate games.
If we ever like became famous,
oh yeah,
that would be the porn parody.
Game devs like, penetrate games.
No, just game devs do games.
Game devs do games.
Do games. It's like how all movies have porn parodies.
One day it'll be cool enough.
I mean,
that's
like,
when you know you've made it. When there's a porn parody of you out there.
I mean, kind of. In a weird, fucked up way. There's like a super weird, and no offense to anyone that enjoys this, but like there's a weird like Game Grumps porn Reddit subreddit.
Is there really?
I kid you not. And I only know about this because they've talked about it on their show. It's just,
that's funny.
It's weird.
That's funny.
Man, but you know, that only happens because they have a huge audience that loves them that much.
And they want to do them.
Yeah. I mean, like, to each their own.
They want to see them do it. That's so wild. That's so wild.
But, you know, when that happens, there's probably no doubt that you fucking made it.
Yeah, right. Like, there is no doubt.
You have such a strong fanboys. You have such, I mean, I guess you have really strong fanboys too, but
yeah, right.
Such a strong fan base that they, like, want to dream of sleeping with you.
Dude, all I dream of is sleeping with you, Chris. So,
I don't believe you.
No, it's true. Believe it to be true. You know it in your heart. No!
God damn it, Tony. Still so loud.
Well, you're all like, you're too quiet. You're too far away. Blee, 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 blee. I didn't listen to everything you said before. That's why I have to fill it in with blee, 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 blee.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I don't listen to you.
I've slowly, from the course of this episode, turned down our audio. I'm sorry, Eddie. If you're out there, Eddie.
I'm not.
Yeah, I think turning your mic down was a good call.
Yeah, it usually is. Welcome to the heartless jungle where there are
you as a theater boy, like, you just have, like...
I just have a big receptor, man.
Well, yeah, like, you're quiet when you're quiet, and then you are very loud when you're trying to project.
Mm-hmm.
Which, like, kudos to your theater training.
Yeah, right? That means I did okay.
I miss those days, Tony, when you were an actor.
Yeah, I do miss those days myself.
You and Nathan both. You guys were really good.
Yeah, that was pretty alright. right. I miss it. I do miss it quite a bit.
I don't see theater anymore because you guys aren't.
Because you guys aren't doing anything. Yeah, I want to get back into it after the wedding. It's my intention to get back into it.
Yeah, boy. Are you just gonna like produce plays though, or are you?
I'm acting. I miss acting.
Yeah?
I miss acting a lot. And part of it's just to kind of like, and I kind of want to get back into directing, but it's been a while since I've acted, so I kind of want to get back in that mainframe for a bit, and like, you know,
kind of feel back around
yeah,
and see what
exactly.
you want to spend your time
Because at some point I would like to go back and get a master's in directing. And I want to make sure it's something I'm still interested in. It's been so long, and I just talk about it, you know? And so it's like, if I want to commit myself to getting a master's in something,
Yeah.
I got to make sure it's the right thing.
Fun fact, literally almost the entire GDPG crew was in theater at some point or another.
Yeah.
Most of you guys were in professional theater for a bit.
Yeah.
The only one who wasn't ever in theater, as far as I know, was Eddie.
But I know Eddie like did a lot. I mean, isn't his new job right now at the auditorium like? I mean, I know he does.
He works at a university on their sound equipment.
So he might be adjacently related.
Well, he mostly just like records lectures from professors and stuff.
But see, Eddie's also very theatrical in nature, so I could see him being involved in some capacity. We never asked him.
Well, Eddie he's been part of an improv group.
So hey, there's some theater there.
It's not theater, but it was basically the same idea. Yeah, it was. Performance is the right way to put it.
Performances. No, Wendy's not one of the chosen. She's not a princess, man.
And Maleficent says she's not one of them.
What?
I was just thinking about the way they do Disney princesses. I was talking to somebody about it recently. Who was it? One of my buddies, we were talking about Kingdom Hearts and how, like, originally they wanted to use Snow White, but they didn't. So that's why Alice ended up being, like, one of the princesses of, like, light or whatever.
Interesting.
Yeah, because Alice isn't really a Disney princess.
Not really.
I mean, she just happens to be a strong female character in a Disney movie.
I mean, in the book, Alice is like the daughter of some like esteemed estate.
And I think she still is in the movie kind of too, but in the cartoon I mean, but like, yeah, it's weird. It's weird that they use her, but like everyone else is clearly like a Disney princess, you know?
I mean, yeah. I mean, things like Tarzan's Jane, she's not really a princess.
But Jane doesn't get kidnapped.
She does?
Does not.
Does not.
Oh.
Well, yeah, but like, you know, Tarzan's in this, and Jane's not really a princess.
No, but no. So they're specific. So one of the goals of the bad guys, right, of this like evil crew, and they're kind of talking about it, is finding these 7 important people.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the whole reason why we're going to each of these worlds.
To like, close up the keyholes to learn more. Yep, exactly.
I see.
Yeah, and do drugs.
Wow, that like heavily compressed transparency on that grate though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why did look at that, it's so muddy. Why are you doing close-up shots? You could have put her literally anywhere else in that room.
Yep.
But you chose to zoom in on the parts that showed the art that had to be heavily compressed. Because it was transparency. Transparency's super cost effective in games.
That's crazy.
And that's probably why it was so compressed, but like why cutscene cinematographers? Why did you choose that location?
What was your reasoning behind this?
I mean, I guess the idea was that so Sora could see through and see that she was up there.
Yeah.
But like, you could have done that in another way. You could have done that
Still
a different way.
kind of a weird choice.
Get out of here, Dark Sora. No one likes you.
But I got like a lot of like tech points from him.
You're pretty good at beating the shit out of Dark Sora.
Dude, yeah, it's all about beating the shit out of Dark Sora. That's
Shouldn't
my
Dark
life.
Sora be like the hardest?
Well, he's not. Well, he will be a boss in a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he's like, you have not even seen my true form.
You have not seen my final form. Okay, I saw Goofy climb in this. And good.
Apparently that is a thing you can do.
And good. Okay, it still says there's one more person. Did you fall down here? You fell.
How did you know there was one more?
Because the my little command thing is red.
Which means that just means like
there's still enemies around.
Oh, okay. So you were just guessing that there was one more.
Yep. It looks like there's a couple more.
Oh, okay.
Once it goes blue, so now it's blue.
Oh, interesting.
And now it means that we're good. And there's also music cues that tell us that.
That's colorblind friendly. Unless you're like monochromatic colorblind, in which case there's no helping you.
Which still means you're just kind of boned.
You're just SOL, man. Sorry.
We tried.
That's pretty rare, though. Like, even blue-yellow color blindness is pretty rare.
Up there yet?
It's definitely out there.
No, I can't get up there yet. Okay, well, that's okay.
QA Tony over here.
Yeah, yeah, right. I just can't remember when I can get up there. I think I need the flying ability before I can get up there.
That's one of my favorite things to break in games is finding ways to get out of bounds.
Yeah, right.
I fucking love it. That's why when we did that in well then.
Good. I love all these things that go to nowhere.
This way, when we fell out of bounds in ukulele, I had a laughing
God,
fit.
yeah, you were all about that.
It was so funny.
You were all about that.
It's just like, how did this get missed? I mean, like, to be fair, it's kind of easy to miss those things sometimes.
Yeah,
but
it's funny.
just that flying broke everything.
Yeah, right. Man, my guys cannot stand up for themselves like at all.
That's another
They're
game I
just
need to
the
finish.
worst. Ukulele, you finished it.
No, we didn't get all the things.
Oh well, yeah, no, I know.
I should just stream that. Now that we're in the new year, my goal was to really start streaming in the new year, so that'll actually happen.
Yeah, right. By now it's already what, almost February.
Well, I actually fixed our streaming issues. That was one of the technical
sweet.
setbacks. Was that we couldn't stream using this fancy camera, which I have a shitty webcam, but it makes my like baldness
there we go.
look worse. So I don't like using it.
Chris, you're just always gonna be bald.
Because it's like kind of a fisheye lens. It's
accept
very
it. Just accept you're bald, Chris.
wide angle. No, I don't want to.
You're
I'll just
bald.
wear a beanie all the time. When I shave my head, I'll just wear a hat on the show. That's what's gonna happen. That's how you'll know that it was time.
That was time. Yeah, when you see beanie wearing Chris all the time, not just once in a while when it's cold.
I'm slowly getting into the beanie style though.
I get it. You're trying to get yourself prepared.
I mean, like, I live in hipster land, so
beanies are like the hipster thing.
yeah, like, I don't look out of place when I wear a beanie.
Yeah, no, you're just like, oh yeah, this is
Whoa.
Beanie City, man.
That was a little weird. It definitely looked like Goofy was presenting.
Oh, he was.
He was like, Sora, my anus. Gorge.
Gorge, my anus is tight. It's like, whoa, Goof.
Sora, can you look at this, Gorge?
Like, Goof, you can't just ask to look at your anus, man. Like, there are definitely some other things you have to do first before you start.
Like, take me out to dinner at least.
Oh, am I really?
Donald's fingertips definitely went through that ladder.
Yeah, it's fine. You are just, it's fine.
I
Do have
love
to
it.
literally walk from this side. You've got to be shit.
Don't you know how ladders work, Tony?
I don't.
Ladders don't exist in the middle of the
I'm
passageway.
just gonna.
You can't climb it from both sides.
Riku, wait!
Hey, at least
Nah.
they don't let you climb the other side.
Yeah, that's fair.
Mama, get ya!
Hey, now it's the real fight with him. Where is he? I was like, wait.
I like that that's how they tell you it's the real fight, just a quick cutscene.
Ah.
Did he, well, was that one of his abilities? Was blacking out the screen?
No.
Are you sure?
I don't remember this ability.
It's not the capture. It's definitely
Yeah,
not the
I don't know what's happening right now.
Ooh. Did the camera fall out of bounds?
Dude, I think the camera fell out of bounds.
What is with
Oh
the
my
flickering?
god,
All right, just to double check, I'm gonna check the capture just to make sure things aren't like freaking out.
let's summon Simba. Start roar. Oh, whoa, we might be good again. I think summoning Simba might have fixed our problem here.
Yeah, the capture looks fine.
Yeah, no, I don't know what's happening.
I just assumed it was like a darkness spell, like lights out.
Nope. There is something wrong.
I think your camera's out of bounds.
There is something wrong.
Because that's why it keeps flickering, and you can't kind of like get a short glimpse of something. Definitely not.
Just give us a second here,
definitely not
guys.
Bug free. Should we pause?
Yeah, let's pause.
We're back.
Yeah, we fixed it.
There's no camera's
Well,
dead.
We think we fixed it for now. We're gonna find out.
I love finding bugs in published shipped games.
Yeah, right.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I've worked on more than plenty of games that have been published and shipped and are super fucking buggy and, you know, way worse polish than
Yeah,
this.
right. Like, but that was just so weird because like the UI was fine. Like, sorry, yeah, I must have hit that when I moved. But like, the UI was fine. Everything else was good. It just was
So weird. Because the UI renders on a separate camera, probably.
just so. It was just so strange. Oh, that's right. This is when a bunch of them started coming up, and I had to find the right one.
Oh, did I tell you I had a weird encounter the other day? I was out in the burbs, and I went to like a retro game like reseller. Like
Oh,
people,
yeah.
like, it's like, you know, people sell their games to them, and then they sell those old games.
Disc replay.
Yeah, it was disc replay. And I saw one of the games that I worked on at Phosphor on the shelves. It was the Jurassic World like verse
That's
game.
so wild,
And
man.
It was I had never seen it in shelves.
How much
And
were they selling it for?
It was like $35, which is not bad, especially considering that the original price was $70.
Yeah, it was disc replay too. Usually, unless the game's like a big deal. Oh god.
On Amazon, it's like $35-$40 right now too.
Oh, okay.
Skyrocket found out that they can't sell those for $70 and make people happy because it's not. The game's all right. It's not horrible for a VR experience. It's it's decent. But the hardware itself is garbage. Like a lot of people can't connect the Bluetooth controller to their phones,
Really?
and you
Oh,
literally
that's
cannot
rough.
play the game without the controller because the controller has a key that unlocks the game. Like
That's kind of rough.
that's why you can't you can download the app off the App Store for free, but you can't actually play it until it
Without-
identifies the
yeah.
controller. And that's how Skyrocket makes their money. So it's like it makes sense why
Right,
why
like,
they wanted
like
it
the
that
idea
way.
behind it makes sense. Absolutely. I don't think anyone's arguing that. You know, they have to make money on something.
Yeah, exactly. They needed a return on their investment.
Right.
But a lot of people couldn't even connect their controllers to their phones.
Yeah,
And,
that's
it could be
frustrating.
user error. Who knows? We tested the hell out of it, and it worked pretty well in the end. But Skyrocket also kind of used their own code for some of that controller functionality too in the firmware. Either the case, it's been poorly received, which is fine.
Yeah, which I mean happens.
And I never saw it on shelves.
Have you seen the Batman game anywhere?
I haven't seen the Batman one on shelves either. They were both at Toys R Us, and then Toys R Us went bankrupt. So
Right. Well, I mean, no, there's still a couple Toys R Us around, but I know that I don't know how they're dealing, which is so weird to think that Toys R Us went bankrupt.
and I was looking at Best Buys for a little while to see if I could find them, and I never found them on shelves. But I saw it for the first time at Disc Replay, and I was like, oh, whoa, what is? I never thought I'd find this game
is my
here of all
game.
places. I was like, I made this game, I worked on this, and one of the employees was like, wait, what? You worked on this? And I was like, well, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not a great game, but
I
it's
worked on
just
it.
weird seeing it on shelves.
Yeah, right? It's
He was like, oh, wow, that's really cool. I was like, that's not that cool.
Yeah.
It's really not that cool.
they're cool.
Please don't.
There are cooler things in this world. Stop it.
But as I was checking out, because I bought a bunch of old NES. and
Shaq
Super-
Fu.
I bought Shaq Fu also.
The game
I'm
that
so excited to play Shaq Fu. He was like, can I have your business card? And I was like, I don't have a Phosphor one on me, but you can have my indie studio card. And I was like, why don't I have Phosphor business cards? I should yell at them.
you should really yell at them because especially with your position.
Well, they may. Who knows what my position will be by the next game.
Yeah, right. True. By then you could just have, be like, oh, hey, here's your new position, man.
I mean, it could be anything. They definitely are trying to just make things work, and there's so many projects going on that they just kind of throw people that can fill a seat. So I may be a producer right now,
Right, but
they
that
may
could
need me
change.
as a designer for another project. They may need me as a QA lead again
Right,
for a
who
different
knows,
project.
yeah.
So it's I could be thrown into any position. They may not want to print cards because it's so malleable right now.
Yeah, because your position's just whatever they needed at the time.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how they've been for other people too. And that's
Right, so it's
why.
not it's just you. It's not like, oh, Chris, we're not gonna make a business card for
Yeah.
ha 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 ha.
The one of the weird things is that the design director, I'm not even sure what his title is.
Because no one has titles of Phosphor.
Kind of. So the design director was on the project that got canned just because
Right.
bad shit happened. And
Yeah,
there was not
life
much he could
happens.
do. But Phosphor kept him on because he's a valuable person to keep
Right.
on the team. And so the other project already had a design lead, and so we made him like a level designer for a while. But he was technically the lead designer's boss.
Oh.
He was working underneath the lead designer.
How
It was
weird.
a little weird.
Well, all right.
So that boss battle was interesting.
Yeah,
though.
it's a cool boss battle. You know, they do the whole thing where they make like false enemies and stuff, and they
It's not totally
attack
unique.
you. No, but it's fun. It's a fun fight. I like that fight. I've lost on that fight before. You know, it can be a challenging fight if you're not paying attention.
I mean, we haven't seen the Dalmatians in a while.
Yeah, it's kind of bad about finding them because I need to go back to some places to find more. But question of the day.
Question of the
Yeah.
day. I mean, do you want to talk about that boss battle? Do you think we should talk about something else?
Let's talk about the boss battle. That was kind of the big end here.
What do you guys think that they did to kind of make that boss battle different? Because we've seen that like duplicating like the clone characters
Before.
being used.
Yes.
So yeah, what was different about this one?
And what worked and maybe what didn't work too, if maybe it wasn't different enough. And we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye, guys.